And here we are underway. Game 1 of the finals. Legio x Roma as the Brits in the south. He has Commandos. Royal Artillery. Oh, he's straight away locked in Royal Artillery. And then Von Ivan is OKW, straight away locked in Overwatch. No real surprises there. One thing I've noticed about this map when using this commander is that the early warning flares, these 5 flares on like neighboring sectors as well. So you can pop early warning flares and it will reveal almost the entire map. It is crazy the amount of sight it gives on a map like this, where the cutoffs are so like interconnected. You just get insane amounts of sight, even better than special operations flares. Very similar, I would say. You can't put these like deep in enemy territory, but the amount of sight they give is crazy. It's really, really good on this map. Could there be a third place playoff? No, there's no plans for a third place playoff. So Von going for a Kubel, trying to use it to cap up the map whilst he gets aggressive with his infantry. Legio going for a 4 Tommy start. No machine guns. So very heavy on the infantry early. Cycles into the building, waiting for his second Tommy to arrive and support. Only one window facing this way though, so not super effective jumping into that building, but Von actually gonna retreat anyway. Legio does have some nice heavy cover positions here, so taking damage very, very slowly. Finally bringing his folks over from the far left to contribute, but about to get overwhelmed here. Squad coming in from the rear, but Legio charging forwards onto the cutoff. Kubel still hasn't been brought into combat, still doing some capping, but he's gonna need it here. Fortunately, is closing in from behind. Kubel finally joins the fight, trying to focus this down, hoping for the wipe, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen. And Kubel peppering away here, but not getting any model wipes as it usually does, just lowering health, but very hard to drop models. So Von brought that extra fresh squad of folks out on the far right hand side instead of helping on his cutoff. Legio finally has to fall back from the cutoff position. Looks like Von returning the favor. Looks like he's charging right on to Legio's cutoff perhaps. Legio was capping this, maybe Von saw the sector flashing through the minimap, decided not to contest it head on, but Legio going for a very heavy tier 0 start here. Following up with the Vickers, and looks like he's making a beeline for the Kubel, knocking it out straight away. Von a little bit close, a little bit slow rather, to pull that back. Is now picking away. He's taking quite a lot of damage from the folks though. He's probably going to need to use the crew repair on it. And Von did get onto the cutoff, neutralized it, re-secured most of the map. In fact, if you look, he's got a huge amount of map control right now. Legio, all his squads back in base healing and reinforcing. Okay, so nice pushing here, trying to push the squad out of cover so his Tommies in the back can contribute some good damage. And looks like Von going straight into a Goliath. So first 100 munitions going into that Goliath. Let's see if he can make it work for him. Ivan, easily the player with the most practice using Goliaths. Incendiary grenade helps Von win that engagement on the far left. Legio sending another squad over there though. And getting really aggressive with his universal carry, doing loads of damage with it. Has to be aggressive with it though. Got it quite late in his build order, so he needs to maximize his value from it. You can hear it rumbling around. Extremely loud. Which can make it hard to use sometimes. Oh, Faust. I think he'll just be alive, but very close to death here. Oh, Jaeger's popped, trying to contribute those extra couple hits of damage to get the kill here. And down it goes. Legio, meanwhile, has gone for the 5-man upgrade, fielding himself with squad of engineers now, but a little bit careless there, getting too close, allowing the Faust to come through. And Von gets the kill for it. So they're kind of going tit for tat, you know. Kubel and Universal Carrier both going down, but I suppose the Universal Carrier was upgraded. So a good chunk of munitions gone down the drain there as well. Looks like Von trying to send his Goliath out on the far left-hand side here. These 5-man Tommies though are very scary. Fox Unities really need the STG upgrade if they want to fight them. Oh, uh-oh. The trap has hatched. Oh, and he gets him. One was waiting for that. Legio a little bit slow to react. And Von capitalized it on it. Nicely done by Von. Good ambush there. Okay, in comes the Puma. Straight away forcing these Tommies off the cutoff. Looks like Legio's going to go for another squad of Tommies to replace that lost one. So he's going for a very heavy infantry build. Doesn't really have any answer to this Puma though, and because of that Von can be quite aggressive with it. Just drive it right up close to its machine gun to maximize its damage. Legio trying to hold the line on the cutoff here. And we're heading over to the far left now. On jumping onto the cutoff, really aggressive. Legio jumping in to try and stall, and does so. Looks like Legio might be thinking about going for some Valentine spam. Just needs a little bit more on the command point clock there. And Valentine spam is something Von should be very familiar with. He's been doing a lot himself in auto match. Half a command point away though from being able to call in that Valentine. This Puma still has a good chunk of time to get some damage in.
Downed enemies trying to take a point from us.
Legio getting some sweepers there, perhaps giving away the fact that he's going to have some vehicle on the field soon that he needs to make sure it doesn't run over a mine. And because, you know, this is Valentine's a call-in, he's going to be able to get like 2 of them in quick succession. Because he doesn't need to spend anything ticking.
The ability is ready.
Managed to get an anti-tank grenade on the Puma, so that's going to slow that down a little bit. 2 squads coming out on the far left, and here comes the Valentine. Might get the wipe here on retreat. Late retreat by Von. There's one more shot to connect. And he does so, wipe there, so Legio getting some revenge. So what will Von's answer be? He could go for another Puma perhaps? Or he could get a Raketin. In terms of the matchup, Valentine versus Puma, quite closely matched. Both have the same damage. 120 damage per hit. Puma has more range, 10 more range, slightly higher rate of fire as well. So if the Puma can make use of its 10 range advantage, should generally win this engagement. Valentine does have more armor though. It's quite sturdily armored. I think it's 120 frontal armor, so I think the Puma can actually bounce shots on it. Max range. Puma definitely can't bounce any shots though from the Valentine. Much more lightly armored. It's got like 40 on the front or something. Remember, Valentine did get some buffs, slightly higher rate of fire on its gun, which does make it a little bit more potent against infantry than what it used to be. Sweeper's quite deep in enemy territory, and they're actually going to catch a snare here. Puma could be in big trouble. Here comes the Valentine. Oh, he's going in for the kill on it. But here comes the second Puma just in the nick of time for Von, and the Valentine goes down anyway.
We've just lost some armor.
Second Puma saving the day there. What? Just before the second Valentine hits the field, so now Von has the advantage. Looks like the Valentine's just charging straight up the center, but going for a 2v1 here, it's not going to work in his favor. Legio, you know, he got the snare, he thought he could get in there for the kill, but second Puma hit just at the right time for Von. Nicely done by Von. Ooh, he's going to get the Stern Pioneers here though. You can see the potency, you know, that squad was clumped up behind the cover and the Valentine just ruined it. Now Von's actually going to have extremely slow repairs on his Pumas. He's going for the repair upgrade on his tech truck, but it's going to be super slow, so this fresh Valentine is poised to do some big damage here. Once those Pumas await repairs. Question is now, does Legio go full Valentine? 25 fuel away from his next one. He has lost control of his fuel though, which explains why he doesn't have another one on the field already. One is quite low on infantry though, as you can see. We lost 2 squads to the Valentine, very costly. One Puma up and ready to roll. Charging forwards, gets a free hit in there, but backs away. Squad with the snare threatening. It's like a really nice dynamic now, you know, Brits having access to a snare. Just makes them so much more formidable. G34 in a nice position, shutting down that harassment of the cutoff from Legio. Coming in for a snare again. Von has to be on his game to avoid these snares. Oh, he briefly stops. He's going to take engine damage here. And second Valentine's coming in just now. Puma misses that shot though. Oh, this is just on a nice edge.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Valentine going in for the kill on the wounded Puma. But it goes down. Second Valentine also going in for the kill. This one doesn't really want to run through and risk getting snared. But Von doing some good attack grounds here. And now the second Valentine could go down as well. Oh, Valentine's going to lose this because the Puma has the higher rate of fire as I mentioned earlier. So Von just having stronger vehicle control there. Stay cool and ends up winning those clutch engagements. Just went horribly wrong for Legio, losing both his Valentines and getting no Pumas in return, not even one. Now the Looks coming in to clean everything up. Legio is now going for an anti-tank gun, but I feel like this is perhaps too little too late. Maybe if he had one Valentine left to be able to make a comeback, but I feel like this mountain is too hard to climb and now he just loses another squad right on the base doorstep.
Our headquarters are under fire.
Here comes the AT gun from the other side.
The enemy cut our supply line.
Squaring up on the Looks. But Ivan going straight for the jugular as well, right onto the cutoff here. Meanwhile though, Legio has made his way out here, so he's going to connect this fuel most likely. Might have one more Valentine in the hole. Let's hope he isn't as reckless as this one. Legio now making use of the artillery flares. You can see all the sight he's getting. It's like insane amounts of sight, as I said. Just like so much sight provided by these flares. Really, really strong on this map, specifically. So many interconnected sectors. Ooh, 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 ooh. Late retreat. Mass Tommy's into the retreat path though. This Volkswagen is also going to go down. 1-for-1 trade there. Puma wants to get aggressive on the anti-tank gun. Jaegers and Volks coming in from the side, but the section's holding the ground. AT gun sets up, but Puma snakes around the side of it. Here comes the Valentine. Can that save the day? In comes the Looks now. This is chaos. He's trying to recrew it with this squad. Puma switches attention to the Valentine. Looks like he's going to be able to recrew the anti-tank gun. And Von Ivan's losing perhaps another Volksgrenadier here. AT gun goes down to the Looks though. Volksgren also goes down. Valentine goes down. And with that, I think Legio's hopes have been sunk. Looks like he's going to stick around and outright destroy this anti-tank gun. And Von... oh, a bit of friendly fire there. Main gun destroyed on the Puma. Von about to put down his tier 4 tech now. And Legio just so far away from another vehicle. He had the scenario there, you know. In that fight that was over here, Von Ivan just out microed him, you know, making good use of the Puma smoke. And you know, it was like a 2-on-2 scenario with both players having snares nearby, and Von Ivan just came out on top 2-0.
Footings for Panzer HQ here. Heavy machine gun team.
He's going to play this one out though. This is tournament play after all, and maybe he can drain off a few VPs, try to get faction selection for game 3. Tier 4 in a very aggressive position, just covering this entire flank for Von, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Normally this would be very risky, but with Legio's current army it's pretty safe. And that means Von can dedicate, you know, the units that he was spending trying to defend that flank to get more aggressive with. Legio going for another anti-tank gun. He has also replaced that engineer he lost earlier. I'm now going for some obers. One with the triple light vehicle still. Looks like he might push in for the lethal blow now. Even worse, he's going for sector assault. Very deep into Legio's territory here.
We're losing a capture point.
Looks like Legio's going to try a mass retreat here. Machine gun plane coming through. Bomber. Ooh, squad down to the bomber.
HQ is under attack.
Didn't quite get out of there quickly enough. Anti-tank gun guarding the base entrance, but just inside the ability's targeting zone. Be careful. One doesn't have sight of it yet, but could go down. One poised to make a big attack here.
They're trying to take it.
Oh, and these infantry do reveal themselves before the ability's over, so some more bombs going to come in here. He takes down a couple engineers. Anti-tank gun squaring up now. So he's focusing on the looks first. Now switching targets to the Puma.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
And bomber might come in for one last pass here. Still flying around even though the ability has finished. You can see it on the mini-map there and hear it. And when is it going to fly away? Okay, there it goes, flying away now. Or is it going to come in for one last bombing run? It's flying away. What a great ability.
We're losing a capture point.
Yeah, Pumas typically do beat Valentines, just with the extra range and higher rate of fire. Can come down to RNG when firing on the move and whatnot, as you would expect, but generally speaking. Legio hanging in there. Because he's gone for the Valentine spam, doesn't even have his next stage of tech down. Not like he can call in a crocodile or something with his commander either. So his options do seem quite limited now, having gone for that Valentine spam and it having failed. He's going to call in one last Valentine. See if he can turn the game around with that. This is going to be facing off against a Panzer IV though. He's going to have trouble against that sturdy armor. Nice target weak point there from Von. Aim shot rather. Well, not on prioritized vehicles here. Looks like he's not going to chase him for the kill and risk losing one of his Pumas. Very conservative from Von, kind of out of character honestly. But he knows he's got Legio in some big trouble. The thing is though, as I mentioned, Legio has managed to drain Von of a significant amount of VPs this match. So that may be important for game 3. Panzer IV now going for maximum disrespect, driving straight through the base. Getting some good hits in as well. And tank gun doesn't know which direction to go. No. Still doesn't know. One does have the advantage of these flares going off, revealing Legio's position, making it quite easy for him to evade this anti-tank gun. So he's going to destroy the base bunkers. Maybe he's going to go for even more disrespect.
HQ is under attack. Typical enemy trick, isn't it?
Puma's back here repairing, both of them close to full. This Valentine has to be careful. Jaeger's up to Vet 3. Nice position on the towards the base. Valentine coming over to help with the stern pioneers now. On switching his attention briefly to the tech, but now back to the bunker again. Might go for an annihilation victory here. No, in come the Pumas. And Legio throws in the towel. So, game 1 going to Von there. Just better light vehicle control overall. His second Puma coming in at just the nick of time to stop his first Puma going down. And just ended up accumulating more Pumas than Legio could accumulate Valentines, and winning the game that way. Superior light vehicle control by Von. Alright, here we are for game 2 of the Tightrope Pacific Invitational 5 finals. Von Ivan taking out game 1. What? Hold on. Hey, hold on, what?
Infantry squad trained and ready to go.
This is like exactly the same as game 1. Did I somehow get into game 1 again? How is it even possible? Can somebody remind me? Is this isn't the same way that the last game started, right?
Capture complete. No enemy activity. Wagen ready.
You know, you can't choose to play Brits again.
Target secure. Volksgrenadier are on the line. I say let us show them what we are made of. Mission accomplished. Boys and masters, let us show them what the people they are. Point secure. Maintains in position. Target captured. No enemy contact. Enemy infantry!
Oh my god.
Counter-strike. Taking infantry fire! Cover me! Taking target that infantry! Volksgrenadier, ready for action. Squarehead! Have fire! Volksgrenadiers back to full strength. Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for setting of command post. Flag security! Enemy infantry!
Alright, well. We get some dumb...
What's the flag? Yes, Lord! Light vehicle destroyed.
to see some stuff like this.
Hold. Regimental HQ for mechanized units will be here.
This is clearly not intended in the rules. But apparently I didn't explicitly say that you had to switch factions in game 2.
Any orders? Shot it! We've been spotted!
You can't play multiple games
Capture point is being overrun. Supplies looking
as
a
the
bit
same
squiffy.
faction or
Lines
as
being
allies
cut.
in a row.
Our supply line's broken.
Stand out! We're ready!
So hopefully you guys have, you know, I think I've covered most of the action on the screen at least. Seems like Legio's got off to a slightly stronger start this time.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Ready to fire!
Getting right onto Von's cutoff here. Pep's about to get overwhelmed though. These Fox units are quite healthy. No. Von's just outside the 10 range here as well, so not doing much damage to my squad behind the sandbags. Okay, so it looks like Von goes to try sneak a Goliath into the retreat path of this squad here. I don't know if Legio, he might hear it, which is why he's trying to run out this side before retreating. So managed to avoid the first Goliath from Von.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Anyone got a ciggy?
But yeah, I mean, things are not quite as bad for Legio so far, I would say. He's gone for a slightly different build as well, gone for a machine gun now.
One extra soldier can be added to infantry
Going
squads
for
now.
5-man. Looks like he's still going to go for the Valentine spam though. It's the 5-man upgrade, trying to reinforce and heal all these squads in base. Bring them out in a very tactical control group here. Extreme tactics, and Von does have the Goliath lying in wait right next to this building. Kind of like a moving demo charge right now behind the building, hard to spot. Legio does decide to occupy that building. Could be in for a nasty surprise. Jaegers do manage to outmaneuver the machine gun. You gotta remember those Jaegers have great line of sight, so if you're on top of your micro you can spot the machine gun before they spot you and then maneuver accordingly to avoid its arc. Big old blob though. Forcing Von to retreat there. Oh, and here comes the Goliath. Thinking about sneaking around the behind. He needs to force these squads to retreat though. If he wants to wipe them all in one Goliath, that would be very hilarious. If Legio lost his whole plot to a Goliath, that would be high value for money.
The new engineer section is waiting for orders.
Fox is on the field though, forcing quite a lot of retreats. Legio is still ages away from 5 CP, so this looks has got a lot of time to work. I think Legio is aware though
Losing a capture point.
of the Goliath. You know, he's trying to send his sweeper engineers to locate it. And here it comes, charging frontally at these engineers. They pop the retreat. And gets away just in the nick of time. That's the thing with the engineers, though. They will be able to spot the Goliaths from long range. Unlike most other sweeper squads, they're quite bad long range, you know, compared to like combat engineers or re-echelon, so they won't be able to kill it
Enemy causing trouble.
until it gets really close, in which case the Goliath can probably kill you in return, so it's a little bit harder to use the sweepers to counter the Goliaths for Brits here.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it. Flares ready to illuminate the front
Just gets
lines.
away with that because that was extremely lucky.
Supply line's been cut.
Close call with that Fox Trinity as well from Von, though. Blob just overwhelming these Fox over here. No squad down? No squad down. First Goliath goes off. No kills. Looks like this time he's going for an AC first. Doesn't want to get completely overwhelmed by Von's light vehicles before he gets to 5 command
Capture point is
points.
being overrun.
He's going for the double. Looks and the Puma. There's quite a lot of manpower to spare right now as well. This time we're in for a machine gun about now.
We're losing a capture point.
Oh, trying to run a squad forward for the Faust. Unable to do so. Squad does get onto the Puma though, so AC actually might be able to knock out the Looks here. Unprotected by the Puma, which has engine damage. Almost loses a Fox Trinity there as well. Looks like the Looks is going to go down. Goliath coming out. To try and save the day. Puma there for one shot, and down goes the Goliath as well. Oh, and AC's coming after the Puma. Nice attack ground exchange. Oh, and the AT grenade secures the kill. So this time everything's right for Legio X Roma, knocking out Von's 2 light vehicles there, largely on the back of his anti-tank grenade play from his Royal Engineers. It really just shows you how big of a change that is to these early game light vehicle exchanges. Having a snare is just so big for Brits.
The front line could be lit up shortly.
Now running right onto the cutoff, but it's about to feel the full force of Von's blob. Von, though, having gone for so many Goliaths, doesn't have any STGs on his Fox Grenadiers, so they're not that effective against the 5-man Tommies. A T-gun in production now for Legio. I spent a little bit more on tech this game, having gone for AC tech and then into AC. So it doesn't quite have enough for the Valentine right now, especially because Von has been applying a lot of resource pressure. He's sitting ugly. Could be in a much worse position.
Our supply line's broken.
Seems like he might even not know what to do with his
Supply is looking a bit
huge
squiffy.
surplus of manpower right now. So he's going to go for another machine gun. No, cancel it. He also cancelled the anti-tank gun that he had in production briefly. Going for one more Tommy. Oh, it looks like he might be about to lose his machine gun here to these Jaegers on retreats. Calling in some artillery here to try and slow Von Ivan. But yeah, the machine gun does go down. Section also super low. Late retreat and gets sniped there. Careless losses by Legio. Oh, nice airburst. Big damage. It's going to get aggressive with the AC on the back of this. Might run over this mine though, right on the road here. Continuing to chase. Puma is there. Oh, he does hit the mine. Puma misses the killing blow. AC pops smoke. Puma, nice attack round by Von. Cool hit. And he doesn't want to repeat from the last match. Valentine not going to go super aggressive here. He's going to pull back. So that just went so badly wrong for Legio. He lost a section, his machine gun, and his AEC. Most of those very avoidable losses too. Looks like he was planting a mine there. Looks like Von going to go for another Puma. That's definitely going to be his response to the potential Valentine spam from Legio. Legio calling in the flares, going to get a good look at the terrain. Ooh, big damage from that 4 Tommy blob, and he gets the wipe. Late retreat from Von, and he's like, oh, I'm happy enough, got the wipe, just mass retreat. Doesn't want to bleed a lot to these 2 Pumas.
Target captured. No enemy contact.
One of the Pumas is quite low, an anti-tank gun this time for Legio. Doesn't have any mines. These are like really nice spots to have mines. None there at the moment. Puma's getting aggressive. Anti-tank gun here though. Returning fire, getting some good damage in. 2 shots, Valentine going in for the kill. Pop smoke. Oh, he lost the targeting, and Von making great use of attack ground. Look at that attack ground play from Von. So strong. Just every shot attack ground connecting here. He's just so good at that. Whereas Legio's did miss, Von just, yeah, master of attack ground, as we saw right there. Now he's trying to move his blob into the retreat path, hoping to get some wipes, but not going to happen. And meanwhile, Von has had excellent map control, as you can see here. Got a lot of territory under his belt. Legio going for a more like blobbing strategy.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Here we go. One more Valentine for Legio. Can he make it happen with this? Oh, might be able to get this machine gun here. Oh, that first shot not quite as lethal as he would have hoped against the wrong side of cover. But he's got 2 squads in the retreat path as well. Might be able to get the wipe here. Machine gun will get suppression on both of them. So even if he gets the wipe, can't steal it. Maybe he can destroy it though. Oh, he's calling in the smoke with the Valentine. Meanwhile, Von already at 10 CPs calls in the sector assault to save the day. Stop the machine gun changing hands there. So despite Von going for 2 or 3 Goliaths, already has enough munitions for sector assault. Oh, but they do a bit of friendly fire there. Almost loses his Jaeger squad. This time, hopefully, Legio stays out of the arc for the ability's duration. Only has 1 squad with heal, so this squad's going to come out quite low in health. Calling in the flares once more as Legio. Getting the lay of the land. Branching out to this side. Is that going to be in the arc? Where's the edge of the circle? Yeah, he's going to be in the arc. This is going to get targeted by the bomber. Here it comes. Looks like it was kind of, you know, the squad kept moving forwards and the bomb was coming from this direction, so overshot by quite a long way. One plane still flying around here though. We gotta hope we don't get another one of those circumstances. Looks like Von's gonna go for a Schwer in the same spot as before, very far forwards.
Orders complete. Contact!
Trying to make use of attack ground through the hedge with the 6-pounder. And get some good hits on the Puma there, but in comes some squads, putting pressure on the 6-pounder, forcing it away. Machine gun to back this up as well. He's going to run into it with his entire blob and get suppressed.
The capture point is being overrun.
Maybe he could use the smoke launchers again. No, he's just going to back out. He'd sent, you know, 2 squads around this way. Oh no, there's another machine gun in the building. Yeah, I mean, turning that machine gun over to Von, so costly for Legio. But it looks like this Puma could go down here. Puma popping smoke, attack ground wars again. Oh, Legio misses twice. He reset up this tank and Von connects again, super long range. This time he kills it, but it's abandoned. And where's the other Puma? Okay, the other Puma is still super low, no repairs yet. The anti-tank gun gets decrewed. Oh man, could he lose his Valentine here? Von's turning it around. Oh, and he can still see it. And he gets the kill. Valentine goes down. All these squads getting suppressed as well. We're not going to be able to steal this. Maybe if he put the Valentine on prioritized vehicles so it wasn't shooting, revealing itself through the fog, maybe he could have got away with the Valentine there, but
causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
I'm not even getting the job done. One more Valentine, one more roll of the dice for Legio. If he had 2 Valentines right now against the dead Puma, maybe things would be... Oh man, a friendly fire from his airburst. Maybe things would be a little bit rosier for him, but here we go. Puma's fully repaired, goes in for a crush, but it can't crush infantry anymore. To my knowledge, at least, I'm pretty sure it can't. Oh, but he does kill the Stern Pioneers. Let's pick up. Valentine's still alive. Needs to make use of these sections with the heals. But Ivan, meanwhile, 30 or so fuel away from his Panzer IV. It's okay. No. There's one thing you really have to do, just like when you're out on the battlefield and your Tommies are low, you have to use your healing like this. Such a big advantage coming into every fight at full health, even if you're still on the battlefield. Okay, we've got a lot of sections here. Moving around the map, he doesn't have a really good counter to these machine guns from Von. So they are a big headache for him in the middle of the map, stopping his movements. No mobile mortar for Brits on this commander. Section's doing some damage from the side, trying to decrew that anti-tank gun, but it's suppressed finally. Valentine coming back in, but still isn't at full health. Kind of risky. We were picking shots, but bouncing long range, as I mentioned, can happen from time to time. Meanwhile, 6-pounder in a good position to return fire, but doesn't get the job done. There we go. Schwer finally gets discovered, covering that left-hand VP. But I've been really locking out the game with that. Second anti-tank gun here from Legio. Oh no. Valentine perhaps about to go down. He's trying to circle round. 6-pounder setting up. Puma pop smoke. Really nice smoke there from Von. Looks like he's caught in the wreck a little bit, but Legio not going to be able to capitalize on it too well. Or maybe not. Stuck in the wreck. Oh, he can't get out. He's stuck in the wreck. Alright. Well, maybe there's some life for Legio yet. Knock out that Puma just before the Panzer IV hits the field. He is quite low on VPs though, 228 for Legio. I think the Panzer IV is going for a base inspection. As long as he's away from the double 6-pounders, that P4 can do a lot of damage. Oh, and he's calling in the sector assault once again. So just as Legio is starting to branch back out onto the map, gets shut down by the sector assault once more. All these squads are going to have to retreat here, and they're going to retreat into the clutches of this Panzer IV. Going to try and wipe them out. Ooh! Friendly fire, loses a Volksgrenadier there, I think it was, to his own bombs. 6-pounders motoring. Oh! One squad goes down to the Panzer IV. In base, 6-pounders finally getting down there. These squads running into the danger zone here. 6-pounders setting up. One of them gets decrewed, engine damage, but that squad also goes down. Valentine coming in from the side. The 6-pounder doesn't quite have a clear shot. Connecting with the terrain instead of the tank. Squad desperately trying to decrew it. Panzer IV in some big trouble. 6-pounder needs one more shot to connect, and he gets it. P4 goes down, but Legio lost so much in the process. Lost 2 Tommies? Oh. 2 engineers. One of his anti-tank guns got decrewed. I suppose Von did actually lose quite a lot as well. Oh boy. And one of the machine guns went down in this building. I'm not sure how that happened, but it is dead. And now the Valentine's mopping up. Knocks out the Jaegers. Now he's going after the stolen 6-pounder. Von trying to retreat it back towards the Schwer, but way too far away. Could this be the start of a crazy comeback from Legio? Looks like he's going to try to steal the 6-pounder. I don't think he needs to. He's got a decrewed one right outside his base. Not sure if he'll be able to get away here. It would have been safer to just outright destroy it with the Valentine. Forcing all the retreats with the Valentine as well. One 5 fuel away from another Panzer IV. Oh, and as I thought, AT gun doesn't quite get away. Here comes the Valentine. Squad coming forward for a Faust, and he's trying to avoid it, but he pops the retreat. Doesn't want to lose one more Volksgren. He's going to try to chase it down all the way to base, try to get the kill, and he gets it. Doesn't even need to chase any further. And clears the arc. 6-pounder goes for an attack ground, but doesn't scad along, and Valentine's still kicking. Legio capping up a good chunk of the map once again. Needs some repairs and doesn't have any engineers right now, so Panzer IV is going to hit the field and look to do some big damage. We have a squad of Obers now from Von though. They're going to be very powerful.
Panzer IV deployed, awaiting orders.
Valentine doing some damage. Good hit on the Obers there, big damage. Panzer IV heading right in this direction, going straight for the Valentine, where the anti-tank guns. Nowhere to be seen, and the Valentine goes down. And that might be it for Legio. 6-pounder is getting forced back by his infantry in the middle. Looks like he's about to lose this one. One shot in, so this is potential engine damage, and he does get a heat grenade on it. Oh, but he might lose his engineers in the process. Just gets away. And does still have that 6-pounder here. If you could come down here and just outright kill this, he'd be in a really nice spot. Legio's army is just so small. Bleeding like crazy. Second squad of Obers now for Von. Snares, who needs them? We're up against Legio's current composition. Almost has no hopes of getting another vehicle. Oh, nice MG34 there. Catching all these squads coming out of this side of the base. He's trying to cap the VP in the center. He's so low on VPs as well. I was about to pop the LMG and these Tommies better get out of there. LMG pops. One of these squads did get suppressed. He's trying to focus fire that one down. And he gets the white with the MG34 there. Nicely done by Von. Big bundle grenade. Does a decent amount of damage. And now the Panzer IV is back up to full. Ready to seal the game. 6 pounds back, getting reinforced. Nowhere nearby to help. And looks like Legio throws in the towel. So Von Ivan takes the series 2-0. Pretty commanding performance. Von just having superior vehicle control, really. Like his timings of his smoke on his Pumas and his attack ground plays really stood out as the edge that he had over Legio in this game, despite, you know, killing a couple of his own squads with Sector Assault.